Respected Prime Minister, Chief Minister of Gujarat, my colleagues in the Union Cabinet of Ministers, Finance Minister of Gujarat, distinguished invitees, many of whom I find have come from distant lands, and all dignitaries. I'm extremely happy to be here today when the GIFT City will be marking some very important milestones. My colleague, speaking in Hindi, elaborated on what exactly is the GIFT City and how it came about. I would like to take a minute to say about how, from among the several visionary things that Honorable Prime Minister, then as Chief Minister in Gujarat, had initiated. They were visionary from very many different angles as well, as much as making Gujarat, which is in a semi-arid area, also bounded in the west coast by a marshy, salty desert, took initiatives to make sure the groundwater table of the state improved. Similarly, very many different projects which brought about an inclusive growth, whether it is girl-child education or looking at improving the nomadic population of the state. He had taken very many steps, progressive as you would want to label them, such steps which made this state to stand out. And there was a time when writers wrote about how Gujarat's growth, inclusive as it was and progressive as it was, matched up with very many different developed countries as well. We are talking about Gujarat, which is a province within India, but distinctly because of the ways in which governance happened in the state, we saw that it was being pegged to be compared with very many developed countries. Similarly, one of the very visionary and futuristic steps was to dream about having a global financial services center. Now, some of the steps obviously pertain for improving Gujarat. There are several other steps which were taken by the Honorable Chief Minister then and the Prime Minister now, with India as its focus. The steps were taken in Gujarat, but its impact was for entire country, and some of which obviously have a global bearing as well. And one such an example of a province chief minister taking a step which has a milestone impact on the country and also stands out as one of the prominent futuristic milestone step taken, which is the global financial hub, which is being set up, and today it is about to achieve 3 major milestones. Now, as a result, today, from the time when it was conceived till today, because of consistent, steady support from the then Chief Minister and later the Prime Minister and now the Prime Minister, GIFT City today is recognized by the Global Finances Cities or Global Financial Centers Index, which is something which is located in London, recognizes global financial centers all over the world, and has placed GIFT City as very progressive and with full of potential for the next 2 or 3 years. So that is the level to which GIFT City has grown in the last 5-6 years. And because of that, today we see that in every segment of the financial sector, IFSC today has made good progress, whether it is banking, whether it is capital, whether it is looking at fintech or funds, and looking at insurance. In banking sector alone, in the last 2 years, the total assets have become doubled. Today it stands at 32 billion US dollars. Similarly, in funds, venture capitalists, private equity funds, or hedge funds, all of them are looking at this jurisdiction for pooling of global funds that can be invested in India. And therefore, I feel very proud to say in the last few years, Finance Ministry, Government of India, has actively engaged with the GIFT cities, authorities, people, and made sure rapidly that this center would develop and achieve all the goals it should aim at achieving. Now we are at 75th years of India's independence. Prime Minister of India has set a vision for the next 25 years of progress, so that when India is at 2047, 100th year of India's independence, all aspirations will be well met. And in that, I would place the IFSC's role at the very center for India's progress towards India at 100. And therefore today, this meeting, in which 3 major milestones are being inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister, I'll just very quickly list them out for you. The India International Bullion Exchange is a major step, and I would think India being the second largest consumer, importer of gold, we will have a better price negotiation strength with the launch of this bullion exchange. And the second milestone, which is getting inaugurated today, is the NSE, the National Stock Exchange, IFSC, and SGX, the Singapore Exchange Connect that we are bringing in. The IFSC shall work as the connect, in the sense cross-border bridging will happen so that capital markets will have greater operability between India and Singapore. And thirdly, and the final point, is the Honorable Prime Minister will be laying the foundation stone for what would be the IFSCA, that is the International Financial Services Center Authorities Headquarters foundation stone. So, without taking much more time of yours, it is a momentous and historic occasion when 3 major milestones are being launched today. Prime Minister, who had actually sown the seed of this center, today is here. I'm very grateful that he's given us this time to launch these 3 major initiatives, and there are more to come in the near future. So I wish the GIFT City and the IFSCA authority all the very best, and for a futuristic collaboration with Government of India, we look forward to working with you. Jai Hind.